Hello girlfriends and welcome to another episode of Tried and Tested. Today we're going to be trying out some products that we bought because of their nice packaging, and now let's see if their insides match their outsides. So this is the Gudetama Beauty Egg Set from 13 Rushes. It's so cute! So Gudetama is a Japanese cartoon character. It's an egg yolk that's given up on life basically. It's just this like egg that's always like ugh, or like It's really funny. It's super adorable. Inside here, you have 3 beauty sponges and 1 sustainable organic brush or sponge cleaning soap. So the whole thing is in an egg carton, which is ayo, so cute lah. So the sponges come in 3 different shapes. They're all like medium hard. You can use this for whatever you want really. They're just different shapes for you like to choose from. I think I'll use this one because I feel like it's got that tip as well as the edge here. You're going swimming, Gudetama. Wow, this thing really expands. Alright, so I'm gonna apply my foundation. It's actually really nice to use. It's got a great surface area as well. Like this part is so big. It helps you to like shorten the time taken to do your makeup, I feel. Wow, it's so big! Like this one just went out for a run, fell into the mud. It's like, I don't want to shower yet. So I'm going to try another one which is a different shape. Let us try the contour concealer. I think the sponges in general are really cute. I love the way that it looks. And I like how they have many different sort of shapes for you to use. Like this is quite good for getting right in the corner here. But also, if I'm using this, I can sort of do it with this. It won't give me the same kind of precision, but the tip is quite sharp and firm. So you really can get in there. And also the side here, you can sort of like push it in and like blend it out. So I do like the different options in terms of like the surfaces. Okay, so when you look at these, like you might think of beauty blender, because I think nowadays like when you think of beauty sponge, a lot of people think of beauty blenders, but this kind of reminds me more of like the triangle sponge. This is like medium hard texture. It's a very different type of sponge. If you get this hoping for a beauty blender finish, I don't think this is the right thing for you. But I mean, look, this whole thing is $38. Overall, I think it's an okay makeup sponge and it's super adorable. Yeah, but actually for 13 Rushes, they're more known for their brushes and I really love their brushes. This one, I think I would give it like maybe 7.5. Packaging is super adorable though. This is the Shake and Shot mask from Dr.Jart. It is a Hydro Shot Shaking Rubber Mask. The packaging is super cool. It's got that feeling. This is a cream to sheet mask. There is a booster and an ampule. You're supposed to shake it all together, spread it with a spatula on your face, and then peel it off. Eh? How come suddenly no sound? That was so fast, that's so weird. The consistency has totally changed. I guess it's a bit stickier as well. You know, for a moment I was like, the sound stopped. So now I apply. It smells like shampoo. It smells like hotel shampoo. Ooh, very weird. Yeah, it's kind of weird because it's such a thick texture. Oh, actually, you know, when I'm scooping it out, it kind of looks like I'm baking a cake. You know, like the cheese, the cream cheese frosting. Is it very sad if I tell you my back is hurting from doing this? It's kind of nice doing this because it feels like something quite therapeutic about it. It's not cooling, but it's cool. You know what I mean? Like the product itself is kind of cool. So it feels like you're applying some kind of cold cream or something onto your face. Alright, now I am done. We just need to wait for this thing to dry and harden, and then I will theoretically, I mean the idea is that I will pull this off in a sheet. Okay, so it's been about 10 minutes and it is dry. Let's do this. Kind of feels a bit like when you're peeling sunburnt skin off your face. Oh my god, my skin feels so soft. And I must say I quite like that I don't have to wash it. And do you remember that time when we tried the peel off mask and it was so painful? And I was actually expecting something similar with this, but this is like so soft when it comes off. It's kind of like colliding off the skin almost. The effect of this is kind of interesting because my face does feel more supple. And it feels really hydrated, but like not in a wet hydrated kind of way. It feels a bit like there's a thin veil of oil in a way, but it's not oily. I think in terms of like visible difference, doesn't have that kind of visible difference because it's not like, you know, sheet masks, when you remove it and it's still wet, your face looks very moisturized because it's reflecting, right? And so the effect is that it feels and also looks more moisturized. Whereas for this, after you take it off, it's matte. It's like totally matte, but it feels hydrated and my skin feels soft and actually quite cool to the touch, which is fascinating. It's interesting because in my head, I'm going like, did it do something? Did it not? But it feels like it did. I really, really like this. I still do things a little bit messy. The spatula is actually not super conducive for putting this thing on. So I almost feel like I wanted to use my hands instead because that might make it easier. Overall, I think like an 8 out of 10. This is the Yum Yum lip syrup from the Saem. It is a flavored water gloss lip syrup that comes in a variety of colors and flavors, and it looks so cute. It looks like a pancake syrup bottle. It smells like peach. It's quite nice. It's quite a gentle peach. Not so much like peach sweets, but like more peach soup. Alright, let's try this out. So for the applicator, right, I kind of feel like it's more of a dispenser as opposed to an applicator because it's very difficult to kind of move the product around, and also because it's very difficult to control how much product comes out. I can't get an accurate sense of how much I'm getting onto my lip and how much more or less I need. There's nothing in between that helps me to control that. I feel like maybe after I get the product on, then I use it to kind of even it out because the tip is actually quite smooth and the rounded sides are quite comfortable. In terms of the product, I really like it. It's just a really beautiful texture. It kind of sits in between a whole bunch of things. Like it's the water gloss and then it's also a bit thicker and stickier like a gloss, but it's also quite light and absorbs quite well. In terms of like the color, I do think it takes a while to kind of even everything out. The finished effect, I think, is really quite pretty. It's like a water gloss with quite an intense color, and it's just shy of a thicker, more opaque lip gloss. And it's so comfortable. It feels so light. It doesn't feel like there's anything on my lips at all. And I feel like even though it's such a strong color, right, there's something about it that feels slightly muted and quite natural still. So weird saying like this bright peachy orange color is natural, but there's something about it that doesn't feel like it matches the skin tone, like it doesn't pop out of your face. Like for some bright colors, it's quite tricky for Asian skin. Sometimes it makes your skin look whiter or like it changes the color of your skin almost, whereas this one I feel like it matches the skin tone really well, even though it's got those really bright pigments coming through. So overall, oh my god, I love this. 10, 10, 10. This is the blusher and lip tint from Stimmung. I hardly ever see makeup in this kind of packaging. And this is from their limited edition Black Rose collection. From here down, this whole thing is soft. You can kind of squeeze the product. I can feel the wand here as well. So I guess like for most lip tints and blushes, they come in tubes. And sometimes like at the end of the tube, you can't really reach the last of the product. So I guess with this, you'd be able to get all of it. This is the Glossy MLBB3. I love My Lips But Better tint. It's a beautiful color. And it smells really nice. It smells like a starburst. Oh, so pretty. This is like a bit rose, a bit with hints of brown, a bit mauvey. Ayo. I do feel like my lips were actually a little bit stained already from the previous one, so I can't tell exactly how much that has affected this color. I think my top lip wasn't as stained as my bottom lip, so you might get a more accurate sense of the color on the top lip, and I am loving this. So for this kind of color, sometimes I find like it doesn't translate so well on the lips. Like it looks great on the hands, but when you put it on, you kind of lose a bit of the color along the way. It almost becomes a bit like a clear gloss. Whereas for this, I kind of feel like the color came through. It kind of reminds me of a hard candy, like the boiled sweets with the clear, glossy, shiny tops, just really gorgeous. Alright, so this also works as a blusher, so let's try it out as a blush. It's kind of taking a while for the color to show on the cheeks. I don't know if it's like the nature of the color or like the product or what. Okay, for the color, you really have to build it up because it's so sheer. I think if it's the kind of look that you're going for, like a very nude, very subtle it'd be great for like the no makeup look. Some people may not like it because then it could look like your whole face is oily, but I think it's quite nicely. I find this to be a very flattering color for my skin. I really love it. Overall, it's really great. Oh, I guess if I just pick one thing I don't like about it, like the edges are very sharp. If you're sort of rummaging around, it can get caught here and it can be slightly painful sometimes. But like apart from that, I really love it. So 9.75. This is the Blossom Scented Lip Gloss. It is strawberry flavored and it's supposed to be a moisturizing roll-on lip gloss that is infused with natural dry flowers. I know they say it's natural and real, but I don't know whether it's because it's been sitting in this for a while. Like that bright pink one especially, it kind of looks like a paper flower. Oh, that really smells like strawberry. I can't tell if it smells like the real strawberry or fake strawberry. When you kind of have a whiff, it's like, oh, strawberry, but it's like the very sweet artificial strawberry scent. It reminds me of when I was younger and those like chapsticks and roll-on glitter and all that were all the rage. They had this artificial smell about them that actually became quite familiar, and it was like a scent that I kind of associate with that part of my youth. My childhood, okay. Let's try this on. It's a lot more moisturizing than I thought it would be. It's a bit like an oil, a very thin oil. Tastes really weird, like plastic almost. It's absolutely no strawberry flavor at all. It's like a plastic, petroleum-y type of flavor almost. I find it very unpleasant. I'm not a fan of this. Also, I don't really like rollers when it comes to anything that touches your skin because you're just transferring all that stuff directly into the bottle and then it sits there for like how long? I don't know. But really, I think I quite enjoyed this idea. I remember we tried the lipstick with the flowers inside before, right? Oh, that was really gorgeous. Actually, it's not bad. It does nourish the lips, but it doesn't taste good. So I probably wouldn't use it. Overall, I think I would give this a 2 out of 10. This is the Etude House Flower Blusher Brush. It's so cute. It's the shape of a flower. It's very soft. Ooh, it's so cute when I squish it like this. It kind of reminds me of like, you know, the baby golden retrievers, like when you squish their face. But okay, can I just say, it's actually not very even. Like the petals are unevenly shaped. Let's see how it performs. By the way, this is like my favorite blush palette. It's so cute. This is, I think, from their Christmas collection, and I love it because they've got like many different tones in there. So you get a great mix of blushes. Not quite feeling this brush. I feel like the shape is not great. Different points of the brush are different heights. You've got high, low, high, low, high, low, and then the center is low. So as I'm applying it, I don't get a sense that I know where my product is going. And I think with brushes, you kind of want that. Even when I'm picking it up, I'm not really sure where the product is going. Like when I do this, I don't know if it's touching the center portion of the brush, which is lower than everything else. Then if I kind of rub it around, I don't know how much of what is going where. I can sort of see, but also it's not entirely even. Like if I do this, right, you see there's so much, like all these parts like totally not touching the blush at all. Not that it has to, but it's really unclear how much is going where. When it comes to brushes, like it's just quite far from each other, I don't know. I feel like in order to get an even spread of things, you kind of have to go around quite a bit and back and forth. And I think it's pretty, but I don't think it's very functional. Yeah. So I would give this maybe a 3 because it's pretty. Okay, we've come to the end of the episode. Now, if you want to find out more about the products, how much they cost, where to get them from, you can go to our Tried and Tested Facebook page, or you can just check out the links in the description box down below. And if you have already subscribed to our channel, thank you very much. Now all you need to do is hit that bell and you'll be notified every time a new video comes out onto YouTube. Or you can just download the Clicknetwork app and you'll be able to watch the videos before they come out onto YouTube. Alright, so next time, take care, go be beautiful.